Hey guys, so this is my last and final project, and right there I'm showing you all the little leftovers that I kind of want to use for this project, but I don't know what I'm doing. Like at the beginning I didn't know what I was doing, like what the plan was. I just grabbed the items that I really wanted to use and then came up with something. So right here I'm just using the leftover from the previous project, the leftover strip, and I think this one was a little bit over 7 inches wide by 12 inches long. Now I will try and get the measurements and tell you about them, but again, I didn't really measure anything. I measured them when I was doing that, but I didn't really plan it. So right here I'm showing you how I creased this box. So right now I'm holding the box in my hand trying to figure out how I made it and trying to see this video. Okay, so if you don't have a scoring board, which they're not too expensive, but if you don't have a scoring board, this is perfect. A perfect way to score without having to buy that and with having your measurements. So right there, I use that little area where the blade goes to create a crease by using something sharp. No, something pointy but not too sharp. And then I kind of just glide it and create my crease. Now, this paper is pretty big compared to what I used or what I needed from it, but hey, I was just trying. So the box right here that I'm holding, it's 3x4, so it fits Project Life cards, and then it's probably 3/4 of an inch wide. So what I did is start at the end of the paper the long way, score 3 inches in, and then from that score I score at 3/4, which will be 3 3/4, and then I scored 3 inches more, which will be 6 3/4, and then 3/4 later, which will be 7.5, and then I left a little bit past that. So if you want to try to do this, your width should be maybe 8 will be the perfect size, and then the height or the other way will be 4, and I left maybe half. No, I scored at, let's see, right there I think I scored at 1 inch, and then I scored at 4 inches after that, and then 3/4 of an inch, and then whatever left I just kind of went with it. So I'm just showing you what I did. Now if you want to have me do more of a detail and measurements, please comment below or give me a thumbs up so I could plan a video like that, because I know that sometimes when I create things I don't measure things, but I know a lot of people it helps them know these measurements. I don't. I just go with it, and if it works, good. If it doesn't, then I'll try again. But that's just me. So again, if you want to see the measurements exactly, comment below, and maybe I'll make a video with measurements slow down just to create that box. But I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there with how to make boxes. Now, if you don't want to make your own little box, then you could probably use like those little band-aid boxes. I know that they have them like at the dollar stores or the Target section have those pretty band-aid boxes. They have like 20 band-aids in there. Use that and then just cover it with your favorite cardstock paper, or I don't know, cover it with washi or white paper or something. You just decide. So right here I'm trying to put it all together. Trying to figure out where I'm going to crease it, how I'm going to put the tape, and where things are going to go. And I am creating the box, and my idea was, let's put Project Life cards, like a deck of cards. Oh, and hey, you could use the deck of card boxes to create something like this. I don't know how big those are. I think those are a bit smaller, so those would be perfect if you want to send like a stack of those ATCs. Hey, there's lots of ways. So right here, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to fold, where I'm going to cut, where I'm going to put tape. And as I'm recording this, when I see it on my phone, it's hard to see what's going on the screen, because it's really slow. It's like frozen, like it's very choppy. Because then again, yeah, it's my phone. But you could probably see it neater and see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so right there, I'm trying to just cut and try to work with it. Now, back to what I was saying. I wanted to put maybe like a stack of Project Life cards for my pen pal, or just, or some kind of goodies in there. That's what my idea was. Now, as I was doing this, and I was measuring, and I was seeing what fits in the box, I decided to use a pocket letter sleeve. And hopefully, I get to that point right now. I'm just trying to see the video and see how far, how long it's going to take to get there. Yeah, I'm trying to cut and see how I could use the least amount of paper and put that tape. Now, on this part, I think the hardest part was trying to measure or figure out how I wanted to make the top part, how I want it to close. And I did want it to be mostly sealed, so I did have little flippy thingies on the side of the lid so it could close. But it's all up to you. You could even leave it open and put maybe ribbon to hold things inside, or just, I don't know. You decide. So if you decide to make something like this, and or use your playing cards, oops, I think somebody's calling me. Or playing cards box or Band-Aid boxes. Let me know let me know that you're doing that. Comment below, and if you have a video, let me go see it. Or if you are on Instagram or Facebook, tag me or share with me. That way I could go check it out. I do like seeing what you guys do. It gives me more ideas as well, because sometimes even the smallest difference could spark something in your brain to create something different or to make it unique. Okay, I thought I was gonna get through this fast, but since it's slow, not slow, but this is not forward twice as fast, it'll take a while. I think right there, I'm trying to finally close it, and I think that's the lid part. See it, where I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it, but I got it done. Now, I kind of wish I could have done the lid like a little bit pointier, like some envelopes. You know how the envelopes have, there's the ones that have like the flap I have right here, but then they have them pointier. Or maybe even cut it with like a scallop edge, so I could use, so it could match the floral. Or if your paper is like plain, then cut it scallop edge and add maybe washi, or add some kind of ephemera, or even like lace to make it stand out. Okay, what am I doing there? Oh, I'm finishing the flap. But yeah, now you see all those goodies on the side? I didn't end up using all of them. I think I just used it at the end to add a little detail to the box, because I felt it was a bit too plain. But I don't know, I think it was pretty good. I mean, it depends on what you're sending, what is it for. You might want it plain, or you might, if it's like the only thing you're sending, maybe add more details. But if it's like a little set of goodies and that's part of it, then you don't have to worry about adding too much details. Also depends who you're sending it to. Some people might want something more simple, and some people love things to be full of like visuals, something that just, I don't know, whatever makes them happy. Okay, so right here I'm trying to find my tape, and I use double-sided tape. I think people call it scoring tape as well. And this one is, I think, 1/4 inch, so it's a thin kind of adhesive. I do have like 1/2 inch and maybe like 1/8 inch, but I think 1/4 inch was good, especially because that's what I left on it. If you had thicker tape, you might want to leave a thicker place to add the adhesive. It all depends on what you have and how sturdy you want it, or what papers you do. Because some papers, they're easy to, a glue, or if you're using something with glitter, you might want something stronger. I don't know. It's whatever you have. You could use liquid glue as well. I had the scoring clip, so that's what I used. And I know that sometimes, like office supply stores, they sell double-sided tape. I know it's thicker, but it still works. With certain projects, it wouldn't matter because you can't really see it, or the bulkiness won't really affect the project. It all depends. Okay. Oh, it's taking forever. I could only imagine you guys are like, hurry up! But if you want to just forward a little bit, then you don't have to hear me talk through most of it. It's just as I'm watching the video, I think of what I was probably thinking at that moment, or something that I realized after that might have made it easier for me. And something that would have made it easier is just using a pre-made box. But that's not me. I just make things complicated. Okay. I think I'm finally gluing it together. Huh. I think I am. Okay, yeah. I'm taking the adhesive now and putting it together. I'm sure there's an easier way to make these boxes. Again, look it up. If I go, I'll probably go look for something, and if I find something, I'll link it below. But, hey, just try. Try it with like regular printing paper, like printer paper, and see and make your own like pattern, your own measurements, depending on what you do. I think this will look cute as a bit longer box, like kind of like a pencil box. So you could just go buy a pencil box. But a longer box, maybe I want to put little like the straws with like the wands, or a pen, or like longer stickers. I don't know. If I made it like twice as long than this one, I think I would have put pencils and maybe a notepad. I don't know. Make it fun. Or have something that slides out. Okay. So, I think I'm done. Finally. I'm using that tool to press down the adhesive. That way I make sure it's sticky and it doesn't just open on. Because sometimes if you don't put pressure on the adhesive, they won't stay. Okay. Now I'm trying to open the little boxes right here while I'm doing this voiceover to see what else I put in there. Okay. So right there I'm measuring the box to see finally what size I got it. And then I think it is 3x4. And I try to fit those cut aparts, which I thought they were all the same size, but they're not all the same size. And then I think, you know what? Why don't we make little pockets or little bags that we put in there? So what I did, I grabbed a pocket page or pocket letter page, those trading card sleeves, and cut it. Now when you cut this, when you cut the plastic sleeves, there's so many sleeves you could actually cut because most of them share a side that is, what is it called, melted together. So if I cut, the most I could cut was 6, and I'm sure I'll find a way to use the remaining plastic, but the most I could do was 6. So now I'm cutting the plastic. I cut them into 3 sections first, like the mini pocket letters, and after that I cut the area where the rings would go, like the binding part where the hole punches are at, and then I had the 3 sections and I cut the middle section out basically. That way there's binding, or not binding, it's fused on 3 sides on each sleeve. Yeah, I think I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do that or not. But, and right here I think I try to cut more than one at a time. I don't recommend that. Slow down. Cut one at a time. Sometimes I just rush through things. It also depends how well your paper trimmer, paper cutter works. So right there I have 6 total. And this is the fun part, I guess, because I don't have to measure too much anymore. except positioning my stickers. So those stickers, those little tabs, I bought them a while back and I really wanted to use them to make a mini album, but I always either forget to use them, or they don't match the color, or can't find them. Most of the time that's what happens. I can't find things, which that's not good. I need to organize my crafting supplies. But right here I'm trying to kind of stagger those tags, and since I have 6 sleeves, I put 3 across, try to fit 3 across, and then start again with those 3 across. So there was 2 on each, 2 on the same like measurement. And I think I put them there to see where I want them, and then measure everything, make sure they fit, and struggle how to put them, because even though the little, what's it called? The little box is 3x4. If I add the tags to the sleeves are a little bit over 3.5 tall. So when I put the tabs, I had to make sure they were a bit closer to the, not closer, a little bit further down to make sure that they would fit and they would close. Once I figure it out, once I had those 3 set up, then I used those 3 to finish the other parts, the other 3, they could just match. Now the colors, I wasn't too happy about the colors. Again, sometimes they don't match, so I used some that matched the outside. So I did use the pinks, well, just one pink, green, similar green to the floral parts, the orange, which is a little bit in the inside of that yellow flower, black because black works with everything, and then like a mint color, which didn't really match to me, but it was the closest one that wouldn't be too repetitive. I know the black was repetitive, but it still looks nice. Now, for the rest of this video, I think the struggle was trying to figure out what I wanted to put inside, or what I wanted to, let's see, or what I had available to put right away so I could show you, and how even though there were 6 pockets, there was a limit of how much I could put because of the thickness of the box. Because some of those pockets have gemstones, and I know that they could get bulky, especially if you have more than one layer. But it works. So right now, I'm still debating if I should cut part of this video out because I'm just organizing the sleeves. So I might actually do that, or I might fast forward it. Okay, so I lied. I am going to cut it and fast forward some of it because it would take forever. So you saw that it was done. I did struggle to figure out the placement on the tabs, but hey, I got it done. Now right there, I'm trying to fill the things with goodies, the little sleeves with goodies. And I hope you can't hear my dog. Sorry, I'm recording this and my dog's sitting next to me sleeping, and sometimes she has like deep breaths. Just like that. And she's funny. Anyways, back to this. I'm trying to find things to put in there, things that I want to share. And you know, sometimes there's those goodies that you're like, but I want to use them. No, I was like, no, what? Just stuff in them there, share them. And right there you see sequences, and the way I do those, I use my fuse steel to make little packages. If you have like I know they sell the little like zip lock kind of thing, but I was just bored one day and I started making those little shaker mixer fuse little pockets. So right there I am putting things in there, and as I'm putting things in there, I was like, oh, let's put some washi. And if you have really thin washi, that's perfect. And I do have a few like really thin washis, duplicates, that will be perfect for these projects. These letters, they didn't all fit in there, so I kind of had to fold it. Now when you fold some of these letters, it's hard because when you fold it, they kind of want to come off, so you have to be careful when you fold those. Put them in there, maybe put another paper, I don't know if I did. But it's whatever you have, whatever you could supply. Or you could make your own little embellishments and just add them to the little box, and it could be, I don't know, like DIY embellishments or something. Now, you could put other things there. You could put love letters. You could put jokes. You could put encouraging, like, little notes. It's up to you. Right there, I go back and try to add more stuff to it because they were plain, and I also wanted to see how much I could stuff in there. Now, a lot of the stuff that I put in there are really small things, so they bulk up like in one spot. But if you put like a bit bigger things that cover most of that plastic sleeve, you might be able to fit bigger, like more things. I don't know if it makes sense. Like right there, the sequence is all on the bottom. Now if it was a bigger packet, I could put more on the top. Right there, I just try to add whatever I had in my little stash of leftovers, basically, of this paper collection or project series. I do add more rhinestones, because who doesn't love rhinestones? And I think those are my green rhinestones. They look yellowish, greenish, but I thought they would match the collection. You could add ribbon. I think I add ribbon there. You could add lots of things, so just be creative. It's like it's like a pocket letter in a box, basically. If you could fold a pocket letter into a small box, that would be perfect for that. So tell me, guys, what do you think about this? I know the video's not over yet, but do you think this is something you would do if you had the measurements? I'm sure, but would you do it with like a Band-Aid box or a deck of card box? What would you do? Just tell me. Okay, I think I finally finished. I'm trying to see how to put them in order, and I think you see how it's bulky. I kind of smush it together. I'm like, how am I gonna close it? Now you could put like Velcro to close it, or you could put string, twine, ribbon, something. I put twine, but the possibilities are endless. So you decide. Now, you could actually seal it with a little bit of like tape runner, like, and you know how there's that removable tape runner? Maybe you could use that. See right there's where I'm using those little things to decorate the outside because I thought it was a bit too plain. I'm trying to take out that paper clip. And put the little paper clip with a bunch of little ephemera, stick in between the twine, and then perfect, just a little pop of stuff. I think that the paper choice for the box was very full, very, I don't know, very colorful, that I didn't really need to add more stuff. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you think of the project, and hope you got inspired to create something different. Okay, enough of me talking. Bye!